Hey, welcome to Clicks and Quesadillas. This is your host, Jason. This is my guest, Justin Neal. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. First of all, can you tell me about your shirt? What's going on with Darth Maul here?
Yeah, so this is a t-shirt company called Johnny Cupcakes.
Okay, he's got a cupcake, right?
Yep, he sells no cupcakes, which is a common misconception.
Okay.
It's I don't know why he calls himself Johnny Cupcakes, but he sells exclusively cupcake or t-shirts, but he typically works in the cupcake theme, and he does a lot of like pop culture like mashups and collaborations. And so this is from a Star Wars series that he did.
Okay.
And so he's got Darth Maul with a cupcake and like a
he's got dual
whisk
egg beaters or
Yeah.
something.
So I love Darth Maul and I love Johnny Cupcakes, and
Nice.
so I decided to rock this shirt.
Nice. This is not a. I don't get a kickback from this. I was just curious about his shirt, really.
Yeah, Johnny Cupcakes. I discovered him through a friend when we were in Boston. He has a store in Boston.
Okay.
He sells most of his stuff online, but we went into the store having no idea, anything about it other than we had seen our friend was wearing a shirt. I was like, hey, that's cool. And so we just stumbled upon it. It's designed like a bakery. So the door is this like giant wall of like all these oven doors that kind of open on their own and stuff. But there's one giant oven door. Like if you were to walk into like a walk-in oven, and that's how you get into the shop. And all the t-shirts are displayed in a refrigerator case, like if you were to go to a bakery. It's pretty cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Cool. In Boston, huh?
Yeah, cool city. A lot of cool stuff, but maybe none as cool as Johnny Cupcakes.
Oh, right. I have not been to Boston.
I've only been a couple of times, but I love it.
Boston.
It's a really cool city.
My show, it's Clicks and Quesadillas.
Which I love Heroclix and I love quesadillas.
Yeah, right?
So-
Tell me about your background with Heroclix. Like, I worked a little bit with Justin at church, helping with teenagers. And then we just happened to start talking about some Heroclix things. So tell me.
Yeah, so my experience is minimal, but it started, so I love anything nerd culture, superheroes and Star Wars and cool, movies and television, video games. And so while I think I was in middle school and a bunch of my friends had all these figurines, but there were so many cool ones. And so I was like, what is this? And they're like, it's this game called Heroclix. And I was like, what? And they were like, we use the figures, and they all have the different stats, and so I started collecting.
Look cool, and you can play them.
Yeah, so I started collecting the figures because I was like, I like the figurines, and have played a few times. But it's been a while since I played. But I love
a while meaning years.
Yeah, years. High school probably was the last time that I played with a few friends of mine. I also don't know that we played by the rules all the time, but it was fun.
As long as you guys were happy.
Yeah, and I love like I said, I love the figures. That's why I was interested in them to begin with. My favorite one was, I don't even remember the name of it, but it was this Superman figure. And he was blue and white, but he was translucent blue.
Superman blue.
Oh, it was so tight. Yeah. And he had the white S on him, and I used to actually have that one around a little lanyard thing hung in my car, over my rear view mirror for a while.
But you lost it or something, right? It's gone.
I think that it's probably gone because I was just cleaning out my car because I'm selling it, which is very sad. It's the first car I ever owned, but I didn't see it anywhere. I don't know what happened to it. It may have, I may have taken it off at one point and lost it, or so Caitlin may have tossed it, or I'm not really sure, but yeah, I would bet that I probably took it off when I was cleaning, and then I don't know what
misplaced.
But that was my favorite one. It was, and I'm not even a huge Superman fan, but that particular Heroclix was just really cool looking. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's Superman blue from I think Collateral Damage is what the set was.
That was so cool.
That might be wrong, but That was from the uncarded area because all the Heroclix they come with cards now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's new.
Yeah,
Since
so
I've been
the
around.
cards are there to help explain some of the powers because not all the powers are generic.
Yeah.
So like Superman Blue, he might have like something on his defense and vulnerability that reduces some damage. But now a figure can have like a white special power on his defense, and that doesn't really particularly mean anything. It means whatever the creator, the maker gave him. Like it means like, oh, this character has invulnerability and this, or
That's
this
cool.
character has gets a special bonus when something happens.
That's
or,
awesome. I also use Heroclix like whenever I play D&D as my figure.
Oh yeah.
Just like a couple of random ones.
Who
like,
do you play D&D with?
A mix of people. The main people are like the Mons.
Yeah, because I gave Josh like a
bunch
ton of pieces.
a bunch of. I play with Keith Winter
Okay.
occasionally, and Luke Logan Chase,
I gave Logan
Yeah.
some pieces, and he
Yeah.
bought some from me too.
and then just the random mix of people that have joined in. But that's like kind of the main people that I played with. So.
I gave Josh a key. He must have like a ton of pieces. I gave him a lot of cool looking pieces
He has
too.
a big box.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always just am like, oh, I'm gonna use a Heroclix, you know,
Yeah.
and I'll just grab one of the random ones. So, yeah.
Good deal.
So I still am around them when I play D&D, which is not a lot, but I try to play. I would like to play more often, but you know, we play.
Me too, but I can't. Kid,
It's time
job.
yeah. Once you like
It's-
have family, job,
I'm an adult.
then it's like
Well,
hard to find time to spend 4 or 5 hours playing.
You too, huh? Huh.
It must be the adult thing.
I think it's a big thing of like having like just family, right?
Yeah.
Just-
Oh yeah.
I got a wife and I got kids, and they need my attention too, right?
Yeah, and if you're
Yours need your
working
attention. He's got a kid.
too.
Oh yeah, two.
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
2.5 and 8 months.
Okay.
White.
I don't know if I knew you had an 8-month-old child. Congratulations, Justin. Hey.
Yeah. It's fun. 2 is different than 1. By double.
Huh. Huh.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Hey, how did we start conversating about Heroclix? Do you know? Did you see me playing some of the kids at church or anything? Or
I think it may have had something to do with this show.
oh yeah.
I think that I may have seen something about this online. Maybe through Facebook.
Like I posted it or something?
Yeah, maybe. And then I was like, oh, you know what? You may have had like Logan or Josh on one time.
Oh yeah.
And it may have, so it may have like shown up, and I was like, oh hey, I saw that you and so and so were doing that, and I think that's how I started. And it was actually at Publix when we had the first conversation about Heroclix.
Oh.
You were working, so you were like stocking shelves, but trying to like talk to me about Heroclix. And yeah.
Cool. Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Do you have a favorite superhero?
Batman.
Batman. Nice.
Yeah. Which I get a lot of flack from, because a lot of people are like, oh, he's not a superhero. But I'm like, why not? He's got incredible abilities, tons of money, he's fighting for good. But he's dark, which I like. He's got the struggle. Yeah, I think Superman is too perfect. He's too good, too perfect. He's got every, all the big powers. Like, I love that Batman has to like grind it out. That he's a self-made hero. But yeah, and I've got Joker tattooed right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Batman by far.
Nice. I would say Iron Man. He's not.
No,
not,
he's in the same.
He doesn't have superpowers.
No, he's in the same
Punisher.
league.
He doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah.
Well, his superpower is guns. Bam,
Yeah,
bam.
death. yeah, but Batman, I
Iron
don't
Man's got
know.
that suit.
Batman, I think.
Batman's got a suit too, right?
Yeah, part of the
he's
allure
got-
for Batman was probably like, those were some of the first superhero movies made.
Yeah.
Like back in the 80s and 90s. And so I grew up watching Batman long before Spider-Man was around. All the Marvel movies, which are, good movies, but Batman has been around in my world, on TV and stuff for a long time.
Batman animated series. Did you watch that?
I love
growing
the
up?
Batman animated series.
X-Men and Spider-Man.
Those are really, yes. Both of those, all 3 of those animated series, and I would throw in the Ninja Turtles, were some of the best, like, animated series that have been around. I love them.
Yeah. I have been watching Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, yeah?
I've been watching it.
That's awesome.
Like these past couple days, come home from work, watch an episode,
Yeah.
go to sleep.
Well, it's fun now because Oliver, being 2.5, his favorite superhero is Spider-Man. He loves Spider-Man. Like,
It's a good one to.
it is
Yep.
a good, yeah, it is a good one, especially with, Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah,
He
we were going to talk about
loves-
Spider-Verse, but that's going to be another time.
He loves that movie, and that really started his like passion and excitement about Spider-Man. Which because him being so young, I don't necessarily want him to watch all of the like live action superhero movies because
Yeah.
they can get pretty intense at points.
So
Sometimes
you're not going to let him watch Deadpool? Is that?
I haven't even seen Deadpool. Deadpool, he just kind of is uninteresting to me.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
I don't know. It's a weird fascination. A lot of people really like him.
they love him.
It's weird. He's not a superhero.
No,
He's
an
a mercenary.
anti-hero,
He's,
yeah.
He's not even an anti-hero. Like Punisher is an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Wolverine's an anti-hero. Deadpool's not an anti-hero.
I just find him kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And then they cast Ryan Reynolds, who I find especially annoying.
I think he makes a good Deadpool, but I feel like Deadpool's just like he's a supporting character.
Yeah,
He's not. Why is he the main guy?
I don't know.
He's not.
He's like the comedic relief guy, and I have a hard time when that guy leaves the medium, like the movie or the TV show. I'm like, I get bored of it. It's not as funny when it's every single time, but when you add a little flair in, like if he was a supporting cast in, an X-Men movie or, Fantastic Four or something like that, it would be fun and exciting. But a whole movie with Deadpool, especially Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, no thanks. Doesn't sound fun.
Did you see the Pikachu movie?
I haven't seen it yet. I really wanted to. I was gonna take Oliver to see it, but then I tried to take him to see. I've tried to take him to see a couple of movies. The only one he sat
2-year-old?
through
Yeah, I was gonna say
was
like.
Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah?
He sat through the entire thing and was glued. I love movies, so I love going and watching. But I was gonna take him, and because he's like he won't sit and watch. I didn't want to get interrupted, so I'm waiting on Redbox.
Baby James, I thought he was going to do really well with Aladdin. He went a long way sitting through Aladdin, but he couldn't go all the way.
Oliver loves the animated Aladdin, the original Disney animated one right now. He was watching.
I can show you the world.
Yeah. Well, he loves the Arabian Nights song.
Oh, okay.
He sings the Arabian Night, and he only sings the words Arabian Night. He doesn't know the whole song. But
Yeah.
it's really funny. But yeah, I decided to wait because I wanted to wait on Detective Pikachu until I was able to sit and watch it Redbox
Right.
at home.
Yeah, my boy Derek, he liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what Oliver, he's so, he's too young to really care about Pokemon right now.
Yeah.
So, and, I love it. I was playing Pokemon Go as I was walking up. I love it. I miss, the cards, but yeah, I'll see it eventually.
I am making Pokemon Heroclix.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'll show you sometime.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Those would be fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I did it as a surprise for Derek because he was
cool.
like, because there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Heroclix.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh man, I wish there were Pokemon Heroclix, and so I did it. I made
That's
some
cool.
Pokemon. It's got I bought a bunch of minifigures.
Yeah.
Glued them on. I found templates for all the things to print out.
That's awesome.
I even made a card that goes with the
That's awesome.
Pikachu and.
That's what I like to collect. I don't know if you've seen the Funko Pops.
Yeah.
I like to collect those, and I haven't yet bought any of the custom ones that people make.
Oh right.
But I want to at some point because they make some really cool ones. I think there's plenty of cool, actual Funko ones. Too many to count and to buy, but I like to follow some of the different people who make their own custom ones, kind of like you're making the Heroclix. And I think that they're so cool.
Do you have some favorite Funko Pops?
So yeah, I have a few. I have Spyro the Dragon. Spyro's one of my favorite video games. So it's got Spyro and Sparks. I've got Batman Beyond, which is one of my favorite. I've got a Darth Maul So they had a exclusive Smuggler's Bounty, the box that you can like, monthly order, which I don't subscribe to, but I found the Darth Maul. It's like him shirtless with his lightsaber, and so those are really cool. That one might be my favorite, but my first one was actually a Batman one. Yeah, my first ever. So those are some of my favorites. I got a lot of really cool ones, but I would say probably that Darth Maul is probably my favorite. I'm trying to collect.
A hard to find thing.
It is,
like,
yeah.
It's something special, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I'm trying to collect all of the Lord of the Rings and all the Harry Potter ones.
Oh.
Like the rest of them, I won't try to collect the entire collection, just ones that I like. But those two, I'm gonna try to get, all of the ones that they released for that. Got a long way to go, but
yeah,
I'm making a dent in both of them.
I'm in the process of collecting most of, and something I'm really excited about is in Heroclix they came out with a Batman set it's a Batman the animated series set,
Oh, cool.
specific on that.
That's
so
awesome.
it came out like last September, and so like I'm in the process of like trying to get a bunch of that. And
That's
I actually
awesome.
recently, like yesterday, just finalized like a trade between someone. I traded him some stuff, and it's coming in the mail. I have a piece that's it's worth like $40, and I just like, man, I wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm probably just never gonna get this piece.
Yeah.
But the guy said, I just emailed several people online that had the piece, and they're like, one guy was like, yeah, I'll trade you.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I want that thing that you have, that you're offering.
That's cool.
And it's a special version of Batman. It's the Hardak Batman. Do you remember Hardak?
I don't remember.
Hardak was the big robot. Well,
Oh.
not a robot, but a machine.
Yeah, the machine one.
Yeah, artificial intelligence that this guy made, and the artificial intelligence made a Batman
Like a
that
clone-
had
clone-ish.
Batman's memories and everything
Yeah.
in him. And so,
So cool.
I'm excited that that's coming in the mail for me.
That's what a lot of the Funko.
I wish I
there's-
brought some Heroclix to show you,
That
but I
would
don't
be-
really have something to be.
I want
like
to
it.
see. I want to see that, and I want to see some of the custom ones you've done too. But that's the thing about the Funko is they're so expensive. They can get so expensive. So if you
Okay.
just go to Target, they're like $10 or whatever. It's not bad. But when you start getting some of the exclusive ones, or when you're chasing particular ones or whatever, then it becomes a little more difficult and expensive. And then on the trade side of things, it's
Heroclix
hard.
can be expensive too. But
Yeah.
on the plus side, you also get to play with them.
That's true. That's the thing about Funko Pops is they take up a lot of space and they just sit there. But I like them. I like collectibles. But yeah. So that's really cool.
Cool. Let's talk about this tattoo that you have. Here.
Which one?
This one, because I know about this one, and I
Yeah.
think this one's cool.
So everybody, you've seen Joker.
Probably needs to get.
Yeah, there you go. So that's the Heath Ledger Dark Knight Joker. So the idea for the tattoo was really birthed out of, I think we all. I obviously speak to it from a faith perspective, but I think everyone in the world experiences some, journey of good and evil within them. Some people, relate it to faith, some people don't, but everyone can kind of like wrap their minds around like there's good and there's evil. Basically everyone can agree on that. And I
think it's built into us, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and I think
we know something's wrong with the world.
yeah, and pretty much everybody, any kind of walk of life, people will agree with that. Different people will call it different things, but everyone will say, yeah, I think that there's good and evil in the world. And I think that each of us have a consistent battle going on of the good and the evil, and I think that at times the good feels powerful and strong. It feels like we can overcome difficulty and darkness and struggle and pain. And there's other times where it's harder to do that. I and you, we can in those moments, connect to faith and Jesus and be able to say like, I'm gonna pursue Jesus so that He can help me through that. But a lot of people have something else that they relate that to. And so for me, when I was thinking about, I love art and I love tattoos, and I wanted to, because I think it's something that we all deal with forever. You know, I think that struggle of good and evil and in us and in the world around us, I think that it's really common. And so I wanted to kind of capture the essence of that, of good and evil. But I wanted to do it in a fun way that represented me. So I decided that I would use different figures from different kind of nerdy pop
Genres.
genres to kind of capture the essence of evil. And so I used my 3 favorite villains in all of the world. And so I got the Heath Ledger specifically. I think that he did an unbelievable job playing Joker in the Dark Knight series. You know, I don't know that it'll ever be topped. I think Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is going to be really good.
My favorite's Mark Hamill.
I kind of think that that's in a league of its own. You know, in the animated series, he's just so good.
I also think they're like just like different portrayals of a type of Joker.
Yeah. Well, and that's what even every iteration of the Joker that we've gotten has been different. I did not like the what's the guy from the band that just did it?
The Suicide Squad
Yeah,
Joker?
yeah, but Jared Leto.
Okay.
He's in a band.
I don't know.
Anyway, but he played Joker. And I just didn't like that. Like that one didn't feel. It just was missing something for me. But Heath Ledger's Joker, I think, really. He was scary because there was nothing. Like he wasn't after anything. He just was like, he wanted to introduce chaos to the world for no other reason than chaos. We didn't get a backstory on him. We didn't figure out, you know, what made him the person that he is. And I think that's kind of ominous. Like it's scary. It's, you know, it shows that darkness. Like there was no negotiating with him. There was no, you know, reasoning with him. He was the epitome of evil. Also have up here Voldemort, and he's got his Elder Wand there. And so I love, like I mentioned earlier, I want to collect all the Funko Harry Potter series. And I think that Voldemort, I like Voldemort. I think that he shows a lot of the human journey towards evil. So like, you know, anyone who's familiar with Harry Potter, you end up learning about his backstory. You know, orphaned, and he had this power, but he didn't know what to do with it. He didn't really have a lot of people caring for him and loving him. He kind of felt lonely, and so through that loneliness, he poured himself into magic, and that led him down eventually a dark path, and he became Lord Voldemort. But you know, I love Harry Potter and Voldemort and that world. And then on the backside, I have Darth Maul because I love Darth Maul. I think it was a shame that on the big screen that we've only seen him. I mean, really in Phantom Menace, and then whatever that most recent, you know, it was like a little bit. But then I was excited watching Clone Wars and Rebels, the animated series, because they brought him back.
I did hear about that. I haven't seen the
pretty
Clone
good
Wars stuff.
Pretty good. There's a Clone Wars movie, like not like an animated Clone Wars movie that's kind of bad, but there's a TV show that's really good. And then Rebels is another one. He's in both of those, and yeah, I think he's the most exciting villain in Star Wars. You know, and I was really bummed that we only got him for.
Yeah, such a shame. He just died so quick.
And he had so much potential. Like you could see.
Or died.
Yeah. Well, you learn later that he didn't really.
Whoops.
But I mean, that's kind of a throw. Like some people want to discard that, and I get it. Like he did get chopped in half, so yeah. I understand. If you can't reconcile that he's still alive, like I get that. But yeah, I wish we would get. You know, they're doing all these anthology movies. I wish that they would do a Darth Maul movie. And just explore him and his story. They did it in, I think it was the Clone Wars, his backstory. It was really cool. But I would love to see them do it on the big screen.
That sounds interesting.
It was, yeah. If you like Star Wars,
yeah,
you should try to get your hands on the Clone Wars series. It was really cool. Cool animation, made for definitely like an older, you know, not like a 7-year-old. It's, you know, an animated series under the guise of like, this is a cartoon, it's for kids. It was on Cartoon Network, I think, but it was really like more for older people. So yeah, it was cool. So yeah, and then I have Jesus to represent the good.
Oh, so a bunch of villains. Oh, right. So he's good. Right.
Yeah, Yeah, so I got Jesus and just kind of symbolizing the light. You know, I obviously am a Christian and a follower of Jesus, and so for me, that's where I draw my hope from, my light from. But even so, going through life, you still experience the darkness and the pool of difficulty and struggle and frustration. So, yeah, it just tells a story and is a little more personal than angels and demons, which is where the idea, the concept kind of came from, was angels and demons and good and evil, and then I kind of took it from there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. What's that?
Yeah, so this one's more for me, more fun. It's a tiger, so there's a tiger head here. It's a little more abstract. So his nose, his mouth, he's looking at you from the side. There's an eyeball here,
I saw the
big
eyeball.
tooth, and then there's a skull in his mouth here, also turned to the side. So there's teeth, the nose,
Oh yeah.
eye,
Okay.
and eye.
All right.
Yeah,
I
so,
gotcha.
Tiger, and on the backside, these are some roses. I mostly got this. Tigers are my favorite animal. I think that they are ferocious and powerful, but
Yeah,
they're majestic
tigers.
and beautiful.
I just got some kittens.
That's different.
Oh, what?
Not quite as ferocious, I don't think. But yeah, and he's holding.
Bro, do you see the scratch on my head?
Dude,
Bro,
cats are mean.
jumped on me while I was sleeping.
So the first time I was in Boston,
They hid.
I came home, and my wife had adopted a cat.
Mm.
And I was like, what the heck? Where'd this cat come from? It was more of a foster situation than full-on adopt, but I didn't know that at first, and I was
Okay.
like, cats scare me a little bit. But yeah, 26, 42, 43.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, the time.
Yeah. Yeah, so it again symbolizes, I think, that the power of the tiger, crushing death, crushing the darkness, but I also just love tigers. My favorite animal. If I could, I would get a whole tiger on my chest.
Nice. Like the head?
Yeah, but that would probably hurt a lot.
Can be expensive.
And be expensive, yeah. Tattoos are expensive.
Tattoos are expensive.
That's why I don't have everything. But one day, I hope.
One day.
Yeah.
Do you have a probably your favorite villain overall would be Darth Maul? Do you have a super villain from like a Marvel or DC thing that's like a favorite?
So, I don't love the Marvel Cinematic Universe villains for the most part. I think that they've done a really poor job of, one, they dispose of them every movie.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
another villain every movie.
yeah, that's been like since like Tobey
know.
Maguire.
I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, and like they all die.
I'm like, this is so you never really grow, you never gain any respect for the villain. So I like my villains to be bad, like tough and ferocious and scary and bad. Just like I like my good guys to be good, but I think Marvel has not allowed us to fear or respect from a fearful standpoint any of their villains, because they're really not that powerful at the end of the day. I think Thanos comes closest, and Ultron
sure.
was okay, but for the most part, like, they're gonna kill their villains in the movie, and you don't have
was
anything to
really
fear.
hoping Red Skull would make a
I did
comeback.
too,
and
and especially because of the lore and the comics and stuff.
it was cool seeing him in Infinity War, but it was
Yeah.
kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that's all? That's it?
Yeah, so I would say in the Marvel universe, probably Thanos. I think he was he came the closest to like true fear. But also, like, a lot of the villains that they use, and I also hated what was it, the Justice League. I hated that movie. The Doomsday, or whoever the villain was in that. I can't remember.
Steppenwolf?
No. What was
The Justice League movie? From Apocalypse, Darkseid? Darkseid was
Yes, yeah.
like the king, the ruler of
But I just did, like, I feel like all the villains are just like these mindless, like they're just destroying cities. And the thing I liked about Heath Ledger is he had a purpose. he wanted to slowly institute chaos in unique and different ways. For a lot of the Marvel villains and the Justice League, like they're just knocking a building down. I'm like, if I wanted to watch a Godzilla movie, I'll just go watch Godzilla. And so, yeah, I think Thanos, he had a purpose, you know, that desire to bring balance to the world, save the world by killing half of it. I mean, you know, it's misguided, but it's a purpose and it drives him and it keeps him motivated. So I like Thanos. But for the most part, I don't know. I think they've done a poor job with portraying their villains. Just stop killing them.
Yeah.
And let's kill some more heroes.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that.
I definitely like when I mean, in the comic books, there's a bad reputation of heroes coming back from the dead, and I think that takes away from like a is there really death then? I mean,
Yeah,
where's death?
So they went
And
the other way in the movies. So we're just not going to kill him at all. And I'm like, there's a happy medium here. Let's kill him and kill him.
And like, where's their legacy too?
Yeah.
And it's like there. I mean, in the comics, Cap died. So Bucky became Cap, then Cap came back.
Yeah.
And then so Cap is Cap again, and Bucky's not. And then
I just think it's weird.
Yeah. But I mean, it looks like they're gonna. Some of these guys from Endgame are gonna stay dead.
I hope so. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I'll miss Black Widow like that.
Oh, she was awesome.
Yeah, Black Widow was an awesome character.
I really
didn't care about Vision.
I thought he was interesting, but again, I don't think they fleshed out the interesting things about him enough to make me care about him.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was much more interesting in the movies than in the comics.
Yeah, but they just kind of like teased interesting, but then didn't like do anything with it.
Yeah.
So I don't care that he's gone. Black Widow, I'll certainly miss.
Yeah.
I
shed a tear for her.
I didn't see that coming. I thought for sure that Hawkeye was gonna do it.
I think I'd have been upset if Hawkeye died because he's got a family, and it's like, oh man, I hope not.
But that's kind of the point that I'm like trying to make, especially about heroes, is that like they're only willing to kill. Like the stakes are high. If you're a superhero and you're trying to save the world, you know what you're risking, and you know that is, in his case, your family for the sake of the world. He made that decision.
Yeah.
But doing it with Marvel is safe because they're not going to kill him because he had a family. So they kill instead, you know, Natasha Romanoff, who has no family, who's an outcast, who she's not going to be missed by that many people in the cinematic, you know, like in the world. Whereas it would have been a tougher thing to get through for Hawkeye's family, and you know, because he had more to give up. And so it feels like you put it on the table, but they're only going to take what's easy. So they killed her, but that didn't really affect anything, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I understand, like, it would have sucked for his family to be left without him.
Yeah.
But that's the stakes of wanting to save the world.
It's true. Yeah.
What about you? Who's your favorite villain?
MCU villain would probably be Red Skull.
Yeah.
Red Skull's, that's my guy.
Yeah.
I could probably watch the first two Captain America movies. I could watch those over and over and over again. Those are my favorite of the MCU movies. Like Red Skull, I'm kind of upset they didn't bring him back, but I'm also thinking, like, where's Arnim Zola? I mean, he was the computer.
Yeah.
So what? He blew himself up and he's not there anymore? Like, he didn't make a copy of himself? Or like, oh, internet.
It's the same thing with
now
Ultron.
I'm not really,
Like, can he really ever go away?
Yeah. Where's Arnim Zola?
Yeah.
Not that Arnim Zola is my favorite, but I feel like he should still be there somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe he is.
Well, that's what I hope, is that maybe they'll bring back like some of these in the future of the MCU. You know,
Abomination's still around somewhere.
Yeah.
Doing, who knows? I don't know. Masters of Evil team, you know, because it's Avengers antithesis in comics.
Yeah. We'll see. I think it'll. I'm interested to see the direction that they go with it. You know, with some of the heroes changing over, and it happens a lot in the comics.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they do with the movies. I do really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, me too.
I haven't seen the newest movie yet,
Me either.
but so far what we've seen of him, I really like him.
I think he makes a good Peter Parker. I think he
do
makes
too.
a good Spider-Man.
Yeah, I do too. I think he captures closest out of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland. He's like the closest feel to the comics so far, and I like him. He's like witty, funny. He's, you know, not. Andrew Garfield was like super hot and super like Tobey Maguire is not so, or Tobey Maguire is the opposite. Like he was old too, you know. So Tom Holland he's young, he's really intelligent, a little bit nerdy, like gets picked on a little bit by some of the kids at school, and you know Andrew Garfield was like the most popular kid at school and like best looking.
Yeah,
and
he's
like,
too cool to be Peter
yeah,
Parker.
way too cool, way too cool.
That's also what I feel about Edward Norton playing
Yeah.
Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
He was really cool, but he's too cool to be Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
He's-
Who played Bruce Banner in that first Hulk, the Incredible Hulk movie?
well, I think that Edward Norton was.
He
what do
did
you mean?
it. There was one before that. Eric Bana did it in one before that, and then they had
That-
Ed Norton after. In the Incredible Hulk was Ed Norton, but there was just the Hulk
Oh, okay.
in like 2002 or something.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
And
I
that
think
one-
that one's not part of the MCU.
that was not part of MCU.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
Hey, I watched it.
Why do
like,
you bring that up? Did you like him?
I
Was it
liked
good?
him. More
I don't
than Ed.
remember.
I liked.
so-
I feel like he was a better
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner than Ed Norton, and I like Ed Norton, but yeah. So
Cool.
yeah.
I think we're gonna end this in a few minutes. Do you have anything else you want to talk about or want to say?
No, I mean it was fun. It was fun to be on. I love, like I said, Heroclix, quesadillas. You know, so it's fun. I like getting to talk. You know, hang out and talk about these kind of things. You know, a lot of my friends are like not into.
Oh yeah, you do a talk thing too, right? Or
So I did a podcast for a couple of years. It has since kind of like died down. We just like we talked about in the beginning of this. Everyone got so busy.
Oh, yeah, adult
You know,
life.
there were 4 of us, so that was hard to begin with. You know, 3 of us have kids. All 4 of us have jobs. You know, people starting different jobs, and it was just hard to like coordinate and collaborate. And it just kind of got to the point where we were like, hey, we had a 2.5 year run with this. It was a lot of fun. You know, we like had a blast. But it's maybe time to hang it up. I think Nathan Forsyth and I are talking about potentially doing something different, just the 2 of us. It would be easier with 2 than it would be with 4. But yeah, I hung up the
a
podcasting
spin-off
mic.
podcast.
Yeah, because I mean we all miss it, but it's just it's hard to, and we didn't want to continue it, you know, with just some of us, because it started with 4 of us, and it was, you know, Midnight Depot was all 4 of us for 2.5 years. So we kind of talked about like, what if
What was it called?
Midnight Depot. What if we just kind of like, when we record, whoever shows up is there, and we were like, that just doesn't feel like Midnight Depot. It may be better to just close it down. And one of the guys is going to be doing his own podcast. One of the other guys is talking about doing his own podcast, and then Nathan and I are talking about doing one together. So that we all still love podcasting and miss podcasting, but it just didn't make sense to try to, you know, really it came down to scheduling. 4 people's schedules consistently.
Yeah.
With all those adult things just don't line up like we wanted it to. So, but yeah, this was fun.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks again, man.
Yeah, man, it was a blast.
All right. Thanks for watching Clicks and Quesadillas. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.